I was back there when we were cooking this place up, and so we spent a lot of time going into the depth and experience of several individuals that we felt represented what we would want to translate into a modern curriculum. And I guess we're still working on that. But so one of them was Rudolf Steiner, and Ralph Waldo Emerson and Quimby. Not just in the writings, but the experience of what these people were reflecting in their writings. From Emerson's viewpoint, there's a talk he gave to the Oxford students about the American scholar. It's an essay you should probably want to read. Well, it's a transcription of his speech, where he talked about the American scholar and the creation of a nation based on the human soul, based on the inspiration of that. And that was the same vision coming down through the centuries. So planted here on this continent, in this nation, that was a deeper mission. And we decided, since we're working with counselors, that was a natural direction for us to go. Since at this Quimby Center we were developing the energy balancing, and what I call noetic balancing now, just because that's my turn on it. That was based on Quimby's approach to what he called the science of the Christ, or the healing that he did, and was pretty much a transmission. Dr. Hunter did her reaching up in the dimensions in which these folks are still alive and in the process of their own living and growing and reincarnating, the school in between the physical lives. So they spoke of the school of the divines, which was the school that Emerson and Quimby were participating in while we were participating in this form on Earth. And so there was a movement, a conversation between, in that dynamic at the time. And so it was clear that the main part of the first part was to get people established in themselves. Who are you? What's the core? What's the essence? How do you shift from knowing yourself as a reflection and shift to knowing yourself as an essence? Which is a little scary at first, because you can't prove anything. You can't be important about anything. It's just this great energy that awakens in you. And then you take the pieces of your life and reconfigure them so they cooperate with that in a direct way. So we knew that we had to have the first year challenging students to participate in their lives in this deeper way. And these, to back us up, we had these people like Emerson and Quimby and Steiner to kind of talk over our shoulder and talk inside of us and work with that. And so that actually became the conversation of the classroom. That, they're present. You know, it's not a religion, so we don't evoke their presence, but living out of that essence of what that inner mystery is. So we built the core curriculum, and then when people were very more solidified in that deeper trust in themselves, where they at least once a day you could live fearlessly. Then we could take on the part of the curriculum that had to do with working in the world as a therapist, or as an educator, or as we add pieces to this, as a transformational leader. So it just goes on. I'm very excited that there's so much talk now about the lineage of the school, because it really needs that as an anchor to keep it developing in the way it was intended. And perhaps really looking at what's the education of a transformational teacher. Looking more at that now. That's very exciting. kind of takes me full circle. It's just, so we're renewing our conversation that we had before the school started.